Hi guys, welcome to the Honest Perfume Reviewer. This is Kiki. I'm filming from Sweden and this is just going to be a really short video. I just wanted to let you know like what I'm up to, and I'm in a different spot than I usually am in my house. It's kind of a mess because I wanted to show you this dress. I'm going to my daughter's, like they're having like a graduation party where the parents are invited, or my younger son is going to. And the theme is old Hollywood, and I got this dress a few years before I turned 50. I just kind of saw it in the window of a vintage shop and I just knew it would be perfect, and I just thought I would show you, and then I'll tell you what scent I have picked out to go with this outfit, and just so you should be able to see it, because even if I go far away you won't be able to. So I thought I'd just get up on a this is like a 1940s dress. And I just knew, like when I saw it in the window, and it kind of makes noise when I walk. It's like it makes all these little beads. Like it's a great dress. I mean, this was like made in the 1940s, but it has hardly been worn. So I was just really lucky because I knew it would fit me and everything when I saw it, and that I had to have it. So and I got it for, God, I have some kind of hair in my face. Actually, then I thought. Something a little bit more vintage style, since old Hollywood, I'm thinking at least decades old, right, is what they're thinking. I'm guessing. My daughter at least said, she gave me a thumbs up for this, and I'm just so happy to have another opportunity to wear the dress, because it's kind of one of those dresses you don't just casually wear to an after work or something. So I picked this out. This is one of my favorite. This is, I guess you could call it my signature scent, maybe. This is Safari by Ralph Lauren, that I talked about it in my very, very first video. I've been through bottles of this over the years, and I think that actually I recognize this. I don't think it's been reformulated since it came out in the 80s or 90s. To me, it smells still really good. It's challenging for the first 15 minutes, but then it goes really, really beautiful. It's like a green, powdery, floral, a little bit earthy experience. I would never have been able to describe it like this during all those years when I was wearing it. To me, it's just luxury, and like I think of being really dressed up, but I've worn this a lot, like casually as well, and I always get compliments for this. But it does have a challenging opening. You have to wait until it dries down. Then I just want to let you know a little bit more what I am putting together a video about, like, I don't know how many reasons I have now, like 8 reasons not to buy full bottles, and especially not at retail price. I did actually buy, I just recently bought a perfume, but this I got, I don't like, at an auction, so I bought it secondhand, and I got it for about, this is Honor Woman from Amouage. I think it's on, this one is on backwards, it's supposed to be. It looks like this. It's, this one comes in an X-ray version too. I think it's called Honor 56 or something like that, or Honor 43. I can't remember exactly. I haven't tried that one, but this is a really beautiful white floral scent with kind of an Amouage kind of base. I have a decant, so I know that I like it, and I got it for like roughly under 50% of the best retail price you can get right now, which is was also a little bit of a sale. So I'm really happy with the price. The seller said there was 90% left. That's not completely true. I'd say it's 80, but I don't care that much. And then there's like a little problem right there. There's like, I guess the paint of the bottle has come off a little bit. But the smell is great. It has a little bit of like, but I think it both has leather and a little bit of incense in the base, but only just a little. It's not heavy at all. It's like it would be a nice like bridal scent, I would say. Very nice. You can layer it. You can wear it by itself. The dry down is beautiful. Everything is beautiful about this scent. And then I have now 2 Amouages, and they look really good together, don't they? But this is something you need to watch out for, because if you're looking, because you want to line up fragrances next to each other and feel like you have several of the same, and that's somehow satisfying, you need to think again, because no one's going to see them. If you're storing them properly, away from sunlight, and most of your friends don't even know what they are, no one's going to see them. It doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, I know that I really fell for the bottle. I don't want to do this again. I really paid way too much for this. I should sell this or swap this, because I really don't wear it that much. It's so strong, this Overture Woman, but they really look really good together, don't they? And especially if you're wearing something like this. Anyway, so that's something you can take into consideration when you're buying secondhand. You don't know the seller. It's kind of a covered bottle, so you can't really see how much there is in there. I usually only buy from the ones that have 5 stars, that have done, you know, many, that have had many ads out. And I, you know, that then sooner or later, if you don't do well as a seller, you're going to get bad ratings. So I think that the risk is quite small if you look at that. So very happy about the price. Would I have paid full retail? No, I would not. I would have bought, if I was paying full retail, I would have preferred to get Epic Woman or the new Guidance, which I really like. I don't know if I love it or if if I like it enough to go full bottle. Right now, there are no discounted places that sell Guidance, unfortunately. I've also been going through my new sample set from Born to Stand Out, this Korean brand, South Korean. And all these, my son walked into the kitchen and because they were kind of laying in the kitchen, where that's kind of where I'm trying them and, you know, taking notes and stuff. And he says, what are these doctor fragrances or something, doctor samples? Because I guess they kind of give a hospital vibe, that red on white. He's just funny. But I'm gonna make a video telling you more about these. I think in general they're kind of, I would call them a little bit low key. Not all of them. There's one that's really, really loud. Some of you might appreciate it. I don't. I think it's really horrible. I'll just give you one little what to call it? A little teaser for this next video. And this bad fragrance has something to do with cherry. And I'm not a big cherry fan, but maybe some of you guys are. There's one in here that is a total dupe of something else. It's called Not Vanilla, which is very much a vanilla fragrance, but it is called Not Vanilla. Then there's Fig Porn and Dirty Rice, which I really like both of, and I'll tell you more about them in my video. There's one called Mud, I think maybe the one that's been most spoken of. It's created by Natalie Lorson. It's like a chocolate vanillic fragrance with, I think it has some sandalwood. I think a lot of these have sandalwood, but many of them are, I find many of them creamy. Hinoki Shower is a cypress fragrance, which is also kind of creamy. And then there's one like a rose patchouli fragrance, and I just can't do one more patchouli rose fragrance. I don't do rose anymore, basically. I think I don't like the watery roses, like with citrus from Penhaligon's, and I don't like rose. I'm just sick of it. I'm bored with it. If there's rose in a composition, it has to be like barely noticeable. Then I can sort of take it. But so I don't really think I can review that one properly because I'm just so fed up with the style. And then there's Naked Neroli, which has a beautiful dry down. The opening is a challenge. It smells to me like cleaning detergent. Well, those are just some kind of first-hand little info bits about what's coming up. I have had a second thought about this thing with maybe accepting samples for free because, you know, I had to pay $60 for this, and I'm basically, it's been like not even a week, and I'm through them now. You know, I'm kind of done. I know where I stand with these fragrances pretty much. I need material to kind of keep this channel alive, and I need to present new things to you. And maybe I would like be able, if someone would send me samples like directly from the brand, from that they would send these from South Korea, I wouldn't send them back. But I will not accept anything free from like the boutiques, you know, the physical shops where I go to buy perfume. If I know the owners, I just can't do that. Like I would never, I want to help them, you know, keep this store open. I mean, niche perfumery is kind of difficult. You know, it's a difficult industry. And if you're a small retail shop, you know, and you want to keep things in stock, and in Sweden, people don't like, I think it's like 50% of the population barely wears perfume at all, you know. And interestingly, in Asia, it's even less. I think only like 12%. I can't remember what countries. When I review this, I will find out the statistics on this. Like in that part of Asia, they use very, very little perfume. Like I think it's Japan, China, Korea. So these, it's not strange that these are kind of like low key. There is a real loud one in here, but like most of them are super easy wears. It would be suitable for those who might not be into perfume that much. They're easy likes, I would say. Easy likes. A little bit like my friend said that if you're familiar with the House J scent, it's a Japanese brand. She said that they're kind of similar. And I have spoken about Sumo Wrestler on my channel before, and I just whizzed through that decant 5 mils in just no time. I loved it. It was just such an easy, perfect reach, like a heliotrope kind of fragrance that also had some other interesting things in it. But I find these kind of sandalwoody. They're milky. They're more milky, I think. Like several of them have like milk and almond. Well, I'll get back to them, but I think I might have to open up for, accepting some free things. If they're directly from the brand, like a global brand that sends me something, maybe I'll put my email address, because I'm getting so little of each. And then I can at least say like which ones I like and which ones I don't. I don't have to like bash the whole brand. I very rarely do that anyway, I mean, I guess I do. I actually did. The Moana di Oreo line, the new line, I think, I mean, they're good fragrances. It's not that, but they're so not worth the money to me. And these mint fragrances, M.int, that I reviewed a few videos back, they made a really interesting, like they made a good first impression, but then I realized I didn't like the style. I thought it was too loud, too gourmand, I don't know, some notes were too amped up. It felt a little bit artificial, a little bit plasticky to me. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. So I guess I do kind of bash a house. But if a small house like would reach out to me, I don't know, and send me all their samples and I would, put something really negative on, maybe that is too difficult, but I'm thinking about it. I had a little chat with Ramsey on his channel. He gets, I guess, some free samples sent. I just heard that he had received all the samples from zoologists, like entire house. And he still said, like, and he's brutally honest, he's like, there are 3 fragrances here that I could consider a full bottle of. I mean, out of all the fragrances from zoologists, I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, I don't know. He said, but he's into another style, I guess. He likes zoologists, but there are very few that I guess he could consider, putting into his collection. Most of his collection is actually like vintage and blind buys and amouages and rojas and really expensive stuff and really old things that are hard to come across. But I really appreciate his style. I just felt it's so entertaining to listen to him. I think you should go in and listen to his video about the new Amouage collection, Escape, the one that was released, I think, last year with the 2 fragrances in the male-oriented bottles, but they no longer are called Man, Search and Purpose. And then the 2 others that come in these little, these kind of bottles, Guidance and Lineage. And he also like reads, he's really, really critical about what Amouage has done, and that Christopher Chong, I think his name is, the creative director that used to be there, has quit. And now they have a new person that he calls the Fish Man. I don't know, because his name sounds like a fish or something. I don't know I can't remember his name right now. But he's like, and he was reading like blurbs about, like the briefs about each fragrance. And they're all just really kind of silly sounding. And he's like, do these people even speak English? I think probably what they did is they used AI. And then, I don't know, it's weird that like such a big brand would let someone who doesn't even speak English, just come up with some beautiful words that don't mean anything. I think they even called Mandarin orange like leathery and metallic or something. It's like, what? And how did Mandarin orange ever get leathery? I think it was something like that. One of these fragrances, I think it was Lineage, was the worst one. And I think this was on one of his lives, and his lives are really long. So I've only like listened to 1 or 2 because they're like 2.5 hours. And like he spent the first half just unboxing other things. So if you go to the middle of that video, you'll hear his take on these 4 fragrances. And I was happy to hear actually that he liked Guidance, because I really heard, I mean, I don't really care if people agree with me or not, but I kind of, I value his opinions because I think he really knows what he's talking about, and he's got a way of like really dissecting the perfumes, you know, note by note, and he has an idea about the ingredients, and he appreciates Papillon, for example, which I also do. So I'm kind of if he was just a woman, it would be a perfect reviewer for me to follow. Now it's a little bit too masculine oriented. Not that I really care, but since he's into those traditionally masculine vintage stuff that I would never look for, it's not maybe the perfect match. And I still haven't found that reviewer that's like suits me 100%. So I'm looking a little bit here, looking a little bit there. But I like this kind of academic style where you like dig a little bit and you don't just take everything they say for granted. And, you know, he comments on things that are not listed in the perfume. He digs down and finds out, you know, where, who collaborated on what. And he was calling, Quentin Biche, I don't know if his name is Quentin or Quentin Biche, that he creates his Biche mode fragrances, and he overdoses on Akigala wood, and he gives a few examples of that. And I guess one of these fragrances, which one was it? I think was it Purpose or Search? One of these two male-oriented fragrances are like really, really high, or like has an overdose of Akigala wood, which Quentin Biche loves to use, and it just smells so modern. I'm not even familiar with this Akigala wood, really. I mean, I know Ganymede or Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois, and I think it has like, it's a kind of a metallic saffron type fragrance. And I can't pinpoint the Akigala wood, but now that Ramsey was kind of ranting about it, I need to go back and sniff these fragrances and see. I know they're not for me. Like this super modern style is just not what makes me tick. I kind of like beautiful fragrances. I don't need to smell modern. But a bottle of Guidance wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind a bottle of that. But I should not be buying 100 ml bottles at all. I'm going to be putting together a video and to encourage you not to buy bottles, or at least not big bottles, and especially not for retail price. There are so many other ways of enjoying perfume, and basically, I mean, you're never going to wear them. You're never going to wear it all, right? So I think that's kind of maybe one of the main reasons. But I mean, things could happen. All of a sudden, you could. I'm not going to go into this video now. Sorry, now I was kind of getting carried away there for a minute. But I'm still under the 50 mark in my collection. I don't have more than 50 fragrances, and I feel really proud. I did figure out the other day that I have, what was it now, 2.7 or 8 liters of perfume, and at the rate where I'm going now, which is about 1 milliliter a day, I have enough for perfume for the next 8 years, which I didn't think sounded so bad. I thought I had perfume like until the day I die. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to die, of course, but I mean, if I live to be old, I don't have enough, so that feels good. And I calculated everything in there, every single decant, everything. Even the 2 newest fragrances that I had not yet received were in there. So I don't have that much, and I will never. This is a decision I've made. I will never buy a bottle just for reference. If this is something I will not wear, like a Chanel No. 5, I don't think I'll wear that because I have so many other things that I find more interesting. I'm not going to keep it on my shelf just for reference because it just too much bound capital. I mean, it's just not worth it to me. To put that much money into something like kind of to use it like an encyclopedia. I just want to go back and see and compare. I would like to have that, but I don't think it's worth the money. And if I really want to try something, I can find someone's house to go to and sniff it there. I think in my community, I have enough, you know, perfume nerds. They can you know, share what they have, and I can go and sniff a little bit there if it's really important to me. But I'm just having fun with the new stuff. I'm enjoying perfume, and I won't spend that kind of money and just have it on a shelf just because it's nice to have. I just think that's a total waste of money. That's just not who I am. It doesn't represent my values at all. But I mean, I respect other people want to do it differently. That's up to them. Okay, guys, I'm on my way to this party. Wish me luck. I hope I'm not overdressed. And I'm going to feel really I'm taking the bus and I'm like walking with these like, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And I'm really happy with my fragrance. Safari, it's kind of like died down now. It's a very, very misleading name. I forgot to mention that. I mean, it has nothing to do with Safari. I know it has some green, grassy notes in here, but this for me is like chandeliers. This should be called like something like, you know, Party at the Castle or something like that. I don't know. It could be called Castle or something. But and I don't think that the bottle itself looks like anything that you would wear, that, you know, you would bring out when you're enjoying wildlife and things like that. Anyway, okay, this video is over 20 minutes. I was just going to actually just check in with you guys. I will see you in the next video.